Chris Diedrich with Bedrock Motors. We're going to get started in the Rogers location, and we got a great show for you today. Just to start off with our baby's back. This is our mascot. We're going to come back, talk a little bit about that truck. We got a huge inventory of trucks. Getting ready for the school season, for our winter season. We are in Rogers. The number's at the bottom. We're going to go get started right now. All right, we're going to get started outside just because it's beautiful out right now. We want to show the variety of cars that we have and explain a little bit of our reconditioning process. 2010 Ford Taurus SHO. When we look for these cars, we want to make sure that we have hopefully what the majority of people are going to look, from color combinations to navigation, heated and cooled seats to sunroofs and all that type of stuff. And we want to be very price competitive. We do a market analysis on these cars, not every day, but probably every 4 or 5 days to make sure that we're competitive. Sometimes the prices do come up, sometimes the prices stay low, but we are on top of it all the time to make sure that you're getting a good value. And when I say value, that doesn't mean that we don't want to be the cheapest person in town. We want to make our prices competitive, but we want to spend the money on the reconditioning to make sure that it's got nice tires or new tires if it needs it, and the brakes are 30%, we want to replace them. Being the cheapest guy in town is not always the funnest guy to be. Another one, Nissan Maxima, very nice car, sunroof, all the stuff. Pontiac, nice car, black car. Dodge Charger, white, tan leather, navigation, moonroof, automatic, all-wheel drive. I mean, you never know what you're going to see here. That's why we promote that bedrockmotors.com. Our inventory changes daily. Like this morning, we've already added 9 cars to the inventory here that you won't see until later today. So that's why you got to stay up on it. That's why these cars sell so fast. This thing is really nice. These new Chevrolets, the 5-year, $100,000 mile powertrain warranties are awesome. Leather, moon, all the stuff. You know how you're going to see them at Bedrock. Chevrolet Cobalt. Now we've got some really cool specialty stuff to see, but we want to show you that these cars in really aggressive prices, Lexuses, whatever you're going to imagine, plus that cheaper car for that college student or that kid going to school. So we're going to get started. We're going to show you some of this, the cool candy stuff that we got. Just want to make you wait on the red truck.
All right, welcome to Bedrock Motors in Blaine. I know Chris has a whole bunch of cool stuff that he's going to show you today, and we have some even cooler stuff here at our Blaine location. We are located right on Highway 65, just north of 610 in Blaine. You can see us when you drive by. Make sure you honk and wave and stop in and see us. So one of the things we're known for in Bedrock is the lifted truck, and we've done it again. It seems like we feature one of these trucks almost every show, but we work really hard to find these. And I know Chris has an even bigger one, but stop here first. We've got the affordable ones that you can actually drive. So here is a very unique vehicle. And Danny, when you're filming this, I want you to kind of see, this is all custom paint. So this isn't stickers, this isn't some hack graphics, this is actual paint. So this was a white truck. They've added, and I don't know if you can kind of see, it's a very iridescent kind of a cherry maroon color. And then with the wisps of stripes and stuff like that in here, that somebody spent a huge amount of time and a great amount of detail making this truck really nice. So not only that, but they spent money on the lift. This is a Fox racing suspension with Fox Racing Shocks lift. It's about a 6-inch lift, and it's the complete suspension. So it's not just a little body lift, this is the real deal. When we got the truck, the wheels were kind of corroded and worn out, so we went full blast. We bought brand new, these aren't used, these are brand new right off of the shelf, XD series chrome wheels, brand new. You can still see the little nubbies on them. These are the Nitto Trail Grappler tires. We wanted to make this truck stand out and be what it really is. If you look, it's got the magic running boards. You know, when the truck is so tall, you got to have the boards that pop down. And then when you come around to the side, this is what really sets the truck off. The previous owner did carbon fiber on all of the trim panels. So mostly it's plastic, but this is carbon fiber. They've recovered the seats in a special leather. It's a 2-tone leather. They've added seat heaters to it. You can see the steering wheel has that carbon fiber on it and the instrument panel. When you get inside, we'll show you some shots later. There's a flip-up DVD screen. In the back, there's more. There's headrest DVD systems, matching painted cover. They really went all out. And in a minute, we're going to talk about some of the enhancements that they did underneath the hood as well. Not only did the previous owner of this truck spend a fortune on custom interior, custom suspension, and now we've added the wheels and tires, but the real money is underneath the hood in this truck. This previous owner added a Magnuson supercharger, which is designed to deliver maximum performance while retaining factory-like drivability and reliability. Generating 6 psi of boost, this supercharger delivers power gains of approximately 120 horsepower and 120 foot-pounds of torque. But peak horsepower and torque numbers don't tell the whole story. Under the curve power is significantly enhanced, delivering near instantaneous boost and torque upon demand that really pins you back in your seat. So whether you are roaring down the drag strip, towing a trailer, hauling a heavy load, or taking the family cross-country, the Magnuson supercharger in this truck will give you the torque and horsepower you need whenever you want it.
All right, this is the kind of stuff you guys have been waiting for, something cool like this, the Suburbans. You know what we got. Go to bedrockmotors.com. I know you're looking at the stuff as we walk through here. You can see all the neat stuff in the background. What we're gonna do with this truck is we're gonna talk a little bit about paint, body, and finish. And there's a lot of internet searches that you can do to pull up histories on vehicles like that. I recommend them all. We have free ones on our website when you go to bedrockmotors.com, but that's not gonna ensure that there's never been paint work or body damage to that car. So I'm gonna give you some tips how to look at that stuff. I don't think anybody is gonna deny that there's a lot of cars out there that will have paint work. We do it here. I wanna show you how to look for that stuff. It's really quite easy. For car guys, we look at a lot of different things. When you're looking in here, you always wanna touch the door jambs. Factory paint is smooth. It doesn't have any ridges or sharp edges. In the door jambs, the bolts that hold on the doors here, get the camera in there if you wanna see that. See, all those bolts are still factory white right here. I'll point them out. White, white, white. If there was any adjustment, somebody would have put a wrench on here, any paint work, anything like that. Can you see that in there? Perfect. In the hood, when you're in here, or even the back door, the paint lines, you can't hide them. So you pull these moldings back a little bit and you see if there's any paint lines in here. This car is all clean. So far, this is all factory original white paint. Love the lift kit, don't you? The big wheels and tires. We'll talk about that too. So when you get under the hood, I see a lot of people look for leaks and stuff like that. Leaks are really easy to rinse off or wash off. The things you're gonna wanna look for are all the bolts in here. These bolts here, factory white paint. Now, if I put a wrench on this to take the hood off, if I had to do anything, it could also suggest there was some major mechanical work when you're looking at this stuff. Those are just questions you would wanna ask. This one, again, all factory white paint. The hood's never been off. The fenders have never been adjusted. The paint on the edges are all still factory soft white paint. Hood closed as well. Very, very cool things to know. This particular truck, we just got it. I absolutely am in love with it. And I have a lot of issues, believe me, tons of issues. When something comes like this, I have to put a dealer plate out and drive it. It's a great excuse to drive really, really cool cars. This truck runs and drives unbelievable. You don't even notice it has a lift. The quality of the rims and the tires that are on this and the lift and whoever built this truck did a fabulous job. It's white, 37,000 miles. We have this truck priced at well under book value of what a normal one would cost, not including what the money spent on the lift and everything else was. Check this truck out online. Very, very nice. I will take my dealer plate off it. I will wash it. It will look better. I have a problem. Super cool truck.
Here we are back at our Blaine location. I want to take just a second and explain one of the most common questions that we get when we do our show is how come you don't show any pricing? You show all these great vehicles and no prices. The reason is very simple. We change our prices daily with the market. Some dealers say, okay, we took a car in for X, we need to make X profit, so that's the price. And then they wonder why they're sitting on it 3 or 4 months later. We adjust our pricing daily with the market. We shop every single one of our vehicles. We want to price our stuff competitively for what the market is. So that's why. Check out our website, bedrockmotors.com, or call us at the numbers on the screen. We'll be happy to give you our most updated current market pricing. Anyway, back to the cool cars we got. Next, I want to go over a Buick Enclave. This is a similar vehicle to the Chevy Traverse and the GMC Acadia. And we like this car really for some styling reasons. Beautiful headlights, beautiful alloy wheels. We buy the ones that are loaded with features. You'll see the ones with the dual sunroofs, navigation, DVDs in the back for the kids. A couple things that are really unique about this vehicle. This is really considered a crossover vehicle, so better fuel economy, but still a you know, like an SUV for the family. A couple of things that are neat about this vehicle, you can get them in either an 8-passenger configuration or 7-passenger, just depending on what the middle seat is. Can't see it from there, but we'll show you in a minute the back seat. The Buick Enclave is often praised for its vast cargo space while maintaining the dynamic nature of unibody construction. It is also praised as one of the quietest vehicles available for sale in the US, as well as for the quality of the interior. The Buick Enclave comes in either front-wheel drive or all-wheel drive, and they all come with a 275 horsepower, 3.6-liter V6 with a 6-speed automatic transmission. So check out that, a power liftgate when you're trying to load your groceries in the back. And there's tons of space back here. You can get luggage, groceries, your kid's hockey bag, whatever you have. And then when you need to, these seats fold down really simple. So you can more than double your space in the back, still have seating for either 4 or 5, and tons of room. But look at all the features. We've got a backup camera, we have rear parking sensors, there's a hitch hidden underneath there, dual exhaust system. There's tons of really neat stuff on this. Come and drive one of these, you'll love it.
From the beginning, Chevrolet knew they had a winner with the Corvette. The Corvette made its debut in 1953 in New York City. The evolution of the Corvette is fantastic. I love the car. I personally think it is the American sports car, my favorite. Being an owner and enthusiast and all that other stuff, unbelievable. This is a 2007. Now, when Corvette came out, they were all white in 1953 with 150 horsepower. Many, many years later, this car now is equipped with a 6-speed transmission, 400 horsepower, ventilated disc brakes, chrome wheels, and a ride and a performance that it rivals $100,000 sports cars in today's market. I'm a huge fan. This particular car, when you buy these things, it's an emotional buy for us because I want to make sure that we're putting the best Corvette out when we sell one of these things, because when someone buys this car, it's like a trophy. It's like it's such an amazing thing that everybody's waving and they're so excited to be in their car. It's awesome. So we want to make sure that we're putting our best foot forward. When we buy a Corvette, we're going to buy the right car. I like the car in white. You didn't see a lot of them. I think it's making a big comeback. For example, now things like when you're looking at these things, you want to check for stress cracks in the doors. You want to see how someone took care of their car. A lot of people think they're a race car, but a lot of people think they are that ultimate toy. So we look at the screws in here and all these bolts to make sure they've never been taken off, just like we showed in the white Suburban. All those things, there's no adjustments. We look in the door jambs. We look for stress cracks. We look for stress cracks in the body anywhere. Any separation, anything that we can see to see how the car was cared for, because there's a lot out there that are ticky-tacky. When we got this car, it had all of this rock guard stuff there, so I did a little background, did a little checkup on the owner, older guy, and it was his baby. And what I liked is he drove the car. These things aren't, I mean, a lot of times, like, I work a lot, I don't get to drive mine a lot. They are garage art, but they're designed to be on the road. I think this car is extremely well valued at. They're getting tougher right now. We are gonna try to buy every single Corvette that we can buy for our spring market. All that being said, the best time to buy these cars are toward the end of the season. You're gonna get great values. Go online at bedrockmotors.com. We've got a couple more of these coming in. This happens to be my favorite. The car's super clean, super nice, all original. There's no body work, no paint work. The interior looks like it's new, two-toned. It does have navigation. It does have the ride control, magnetic ride control for sport. You gotta come in and see this car, or just come in and say hi and see the guys and talk about this thing. 2007, must see, bedrockmotors.com. When you come to Bedrock Motors for your service, we've got many options. Just get it tuned up or really get it tricked out.
Tune it up. Our technicians specialize in all mechanical issues on every make and model, including foreign and domestic. Trick it out. Do you want a sick custom ride? From lowering kits to custom lift kits, we do it all. Come to Bedrock Motors in Rogers or Blaine for all your service needs. Don't forget, Bedrock Motors pays top dollar for your vehicle, even if you don't buy from us.
All right, Bedrock Motors in Blaine again. Make sure you check our website, bedrockmotors.com, our Facebook page, our YouTube channel, or give us a call. We'd be love to tell you more about the cars, the prices, everything. So continuing with our theme, one of the things we do really well at Bedrock Motors is the home of the affordable luxury. So normally when people would come by and say, oh, we're going to talk about a Cadillac, it must be really expensive. And here's the thing, we source our vehicles directly from the manufacturer's banks. A lot of times they're off-lease vehicles, so they're maybe 2-3 years old, all varying miles, but what we try to do is we try to find the ones that are half price or less than what you could buy a brand new one of these for. So here's what we're looking at is a Cadillac CTS. This is an all-wheel drive version, so it's great in all kinds of weather here in Minnesota. You know, super fun sports car in the summer, and then reliable, you know, winter driving as well. Loaded with features. If we look at this one, we try to find the ones that aren't plain. We've got a panoramic sunroof, this huge piece of glass all the way up here opens up. We've got alloy wheels. We've already talked about the all-wheel drive. Great gas mileage with a V6, automatic transmissions. And when we get inside, we're going to show you this one has navigation. The screen pops up. This one's got a backup camera, all kinds of stuff on the steering wheel. But look at the luxury. We got Bose sound system, memory seats, heated leather, digital climate control. There is a ton of car here for not a lot of money. Great space in the back. If you've got a family, 5-passenger car, and a huge amount of room in the trunk. The Cadillac CTS, or Catera Touring Sedan, is a mid-sized luxury car originally introduced in 2002. This second generation started production for the 2008 model year and was revealed at the North American International Auto Show. The car comes with two engines, a base 3.0-liter V6 with 270 horsepower or the 3.6-liter V6 with 304 horsepower. It has a 6-speed automatic transmission, on-demand all-wheel drive. The car comes standard with 18-inch aluminum wheels and high-performance brake calipers and rotors. Folks, we did it again. We found another extremely rare vehicle, extremely low miles, and very affordable. This is a 1999, believe it or not, Pontiac Firebird Formula with only 34,000 original miles. This is a very clean car, extremely well maintained. It comes with a V8 engine that was built on the Corvette C5 platform. Very difficult to find. Look at the slope of the windshield, the trademark Pontiac flip-up headlamps. This is a very rare, very unique car. And I don't know if you checked this out or not, very hard to find car anymore with T-tops. So these removable roof panels are glass and they stow in the trunk area, completely out of the way. What a great car to drive for the summer. Not as noisy and windy as a convertible, but you still get the wind through your hair. These things just latch right into the back. This is a beautiful car, automatic transmission. I already talked about the Corvette V8 in it. This is a one-of-a-kind car. You got to come and see this car to drive it and really feel what this car is. The Pontiac Firebird was built by General Motors continuously between 1967 and 2002. This 1999 is part of the fourth generation of the car, built between 1993 and 2002. This Firebird formula was the most aerodynamic product GM had ever released. The two concealed pop-up headlights were carried over from the third generation and are a main distinction between the Camaro and the Firebird. The engine is a 5.7-liter LS1 V8, sourced from the Corvette with all aluminum block and heads and producing 305 horsepower. It's paired with a 4-speed automatic transmission, a Zexel Torsion 2-slip reduction rear axle, electronic brake force distribution system, solenoid-based Bosch anti-lock brake system, keyless entry, and leather interior.
All right, Hummer H2. I don't recommend that these are for everybody because there's not everybody that likes the big bulky vehicles. For me personally, I like something that's gonna have some value in the future. I like to have the metal around me. Now, I don't think it's a commuter car, but if you wanted that really real cool something, some people drive sports cars, some people have really big cool trucks that they just drive around and wheel them up and do all that other stuff. And as you can see in the background, we've got tons and tons and tons of cars. We're gonna have unique stuff like this. This is a white 2006. It has 30,000 miles on it. They're so hard to find. Our position is we're going to try to buy everything that we can that's difficult to buy. White, black, leather interior. It has DVD. It has power sunroof, 6-liter, tons of horsepower. These things actually, they're not much different than like a Denali pickup. People's got this, I think it's a little bit of a misconception of, oh, these are the worst things on gas. Well, they're really not. They're the Lincoln Navigator and the Chevrolet Tahoes and the Escalades and all that. They're all about the same gas mileage. This is just a little bit more fun. I think it's really, really cool. And to find something with 30,000 miles is very, very difficult. We're gonna go back a little bit and talk about the safety inspections. When we see these cars and you wonder, oh, how do they get here? Well, it's a pretty big deal for us. With the General Motors and Ford background, for me, we understand that the first impressions is what's gonna sell a car. Condition, that's a huge thing. We wanna make sure the carpets are clean, no dents, no scratches, no rust, the tires are nice, but it's way, way more than that. We're gonna take the tires off the rims, we're gonna check the brakes. If the brakes are 30%, we're gonna replace them. If the tires are under 30%, we're gonna put new tires on it. But even beyond that, minor leaks, minor wear on stuff like that, we address everything here. If it's got a leaky intake gasket, well, we don't want to put that car out. And being the Upper Midwest larger wholesaler, we are going to make a decision based on how much money we spend. I don't think that, and I think there's a ton of reputable dealers out there, and the ones that do it right, they probably spend between $1,500 and $1,800 per vehicle that come through here. Again, we talked earlier, don't want to be the cheapest guy in town. We want to sell quality, we want to sell nice cars. So when you're doing your research, look for that background. Do you have the service records? Well, yes, absolutely we do. Here's what we found, here's what we looked at. We don't hide anything. We have the background checks on all of our cars right on the website. We don't want to hide anything. We don't want to be the cheapest guy in town. I want to take this truck back in on trade from you. If you're done with it in 3 or 4 years, we want you to come back here. We want friends, neighbors, family. We want all of that business. If we do a good job and you have minimal maintenance and stuff like that, we feel that you're going to come back. Go to bedrockmotors.com. The number's on the bottom. bedrockmotors.com, right on your computer. We have a new mobile app for your iPhones and your iPads and all that other stuff. And check it out.
Hey folks, just a quick reminder, one thing that we don't spend a lot of time on these shows is we don't talk about how great our finance department is. If you need help with a payment, interest rates, whatever, make sure you call us. We have experts on staff ready to help you with your next loan. So the other thing I want to talk about today is one of the things that sets us apart at Bedrock Motors. You know, you might be researching online a Chevy Tahoe, for example, and you're trying to figure out what the difference is between what model year and why is the price so different. Let us help you. We want to show you. So here's an example. These two Tahoes are just one model year apart, but they're dramatically different in terms of styling and options and thousands of dollars in price. So let us help you learn the difference so you can make an educated decision about what's right for you. So this is an 06 Tahoe versus an 07 Tahoe. We're going to go down the line and show you. We stock a huge variety of a lot of different kind of cars that have just that small gap in model year, and we can show you how to save some money or maybe get the newer styling. So let's check out some other ones. All right, now here, this is dramatic. Look at the difference in the back end between these two Chargers. You know, we were talking about you got one little tail lamp here, but this is like, it gives the appearance of the whole trunk and the deck lid. And so, you know, here at Bedrock, not only do we have different model years, but inside those model years, we have all kinds of different packages. We have base model V6 entry-level cars, all the way up to the high-performance SRT models and everything in between. We've got a huge selection, a wide variety of options and prices. Here's another great example of old versus new body style. This one's a 1999 Mustang. This one's a convertible, leather interior, manual transmission. Really a sharp car, very affordable. And then if we go right next to it, here's a 2011. So more than 10 model years different, but look at the headlights. You know, when you come and see the car, you'll be able to see a lot of differences on the interior. We'll show you a picture of the back as well. but dramatic differences, and that's what we have. We have a huge selection. We have V6 versus V8. We've got 5-speed versus automatic. Come and check them all out. We'll help you find the car that's right for you. All right, that's it for this episode in Blaine. Thanks for watching. Remember, we're on Highway 65 just north of 610. Make sure you call us if you see something you like or want more information. The phone number's on your screen, or bedrockmotors.com, or our Facebook or YouTube page. Thanks for watching.
All right, to end this section, I did make you wait, and it was tough for me to wait because we know I'm a car guy, I love this stuff. This is our 2006 2500 HD. Now this truck, when it was bought, it was ordered brand new. It has like 500 miles on it right now, and hopefully I put most of them on there. But we ordered it as a 2-wheel drive. Now, the reason we're talking about this truck is because it's super cool. And if some of you watch the show and you've been in here, it is our mascot. People come in here, they bring their kids in and take pictures with it and all that other stuff. The reason we're gonna talk about it is because this truck was built here. This truck was built by a couple guys that raced monster trucks back in the day, who are the same guys that will be working on your car if you bring your cars to us at Bedrock Motors. The quality of the build, second to none. From the axles to the tires, now I've had this truck going 70 miles an hour down the highway. You let go of the wheel, it's perfect. The same guys that will be working on your cars if you bring it to Bedrock Motors does it here. Now it's got 54-inch tires, awesome. It's got a 502 with a monster supercharger on it, 670 gears. Now we had this car at CarCraft, and from a dead stop, no brake, I hit the gas. I laid posi marks to the guys that were running their mouth, all show, no go. It's the full total package. From the off-road racing wheel flares, that's hard to see from that angle, but they're flared out to the doors. Yeah, how do you get in it for a guy my size? Well, you crawl in it, but when you get in it, hey, you're feeling really, really good. It is a crew cab, 8100 big block, Allison 6-speed, custom transfer case, all done by the guys here at Bedrock Motors. When you get in here, you got to get into the shed, look at all of the stuff in there. We've got other trucks, other cars, everything's going to be for sale. We've got every type of make and model car you would probably want to see at both locations. To give you an example, this we had 250 cars in inventory at the beginning of the month. This was the best July that we've ever had. Going into August, it's now is the time. We are going to be very, very busy. You're going to see our inventories go from, right now we're in the 190 to 200. We are going to double that inventory going into April or October, November, and December. Go to bedrockmotors.com. Thanks a lot for watching.